I want a 2 or 3 year time frame, given the kind of environment we are in, where banks are converting themselves into, of course, almost into fintech companies. Fintechs are getting into the financial arena in a big way. And then there is the NBFC somewhere in between. Neither banks nor fintechs. NBFCs of big ones are converting themselves also into digital, big super digital players. Where do you see the next 3 to 5 years, the NBFC space? And where does an NBFC fit in the overall new world scheme of things?
So NBFCs are not new, right? I mean, we've been there for 50, 60, 70 years. And different points of times, different disruptions NBFCs have faced. I think what NBFCs have done well for themselves is very clearly identified the customer segment that they want to work with, right? And at every stage, having identified that segment, we've come out with products that suits the customer. I don't think NBFCs have played a very standardized role of saying, oh, this is what we have, please buy it. We've always designed product that suits the customer needs, and which is the reason we've been able to overcome any disruption at any point of time. And if you look at each of the NBFC, while we are all called NBFC as an industry, and you look at within the NBFC industry, you have different players doing different things, but they're all specialists in what they do. Right? And that specialized approach with a very focused customer identified customers and product designed for them is what has made NBFC extremely important. And you will therefore see our participation in the overall economic growth is going to be pretty robust.
Your views, Manish?
Yeah, I think firstly, just thank you for having me here. And let me build on what Ramesh said. Right? This is the oldest question, and in many ways, it's been this strange kind of question. 25 years ago also, the question used to be posed differently in saying, why should NBFCs exist when banks, in theory, can do everything NBFCs can? And I think just whenever in doubt, it always helps to remind ourselves, just look at it from the customer's point of view. You opened in saying there's a fintech, there's a bank, somewhere in between that is a non-bank lender. Viewed from the customer's point of view, it's just which institution delivers the best for me, for what it is that I'm looking for. So I think just like, looking outwards from some decades back on to now, what role are these institutions going to play as long as, so let's say, where we are today, I think 25 lakh crores is the sum total of non-bank lender books. There are over 10,000 of us, active, inactive, large, small. So I think a lot of it is going to be, in theory, whatever an NBFC can do, a bank can do. Whatever a non-lender can do, someone else can do. The question really is, to Ramesh's point, what are the areas you add value in? Sometimes it is looking at risk differently. Sometimes it is looking at customer segments differently. Other times it is looking at the similar customer segments, but just delivering outsized value because you're very, very focused on that particular customer segment. In some cases, it would be, how do you finance a tractor? In our case, it would be, how do you make a home purchase possible? And therefore, last not least, in this piece, it is about, in fact, not only does the customer no longer care about, whether it's a bank, non-bank, it's about, how are you fulfilling my needs? I think it's going beyond in saying, as a customer, I no longer even care if the two of you are partnering to deliver a better promise, a better product to me. It could be a bank and a non-bank. It could be a non-bank and a fintech. It could be a bank and a fintech. It doesn't matter. What am I getting delivered, and does that add more value to me than the other alternatives?